if you're making the mistakes, just learn from them.
Yeah.
And I keep doing them. When I was told that this is going to be my role, being part of the community, I'm like, are you kidding me? Me of all the people, I'm not even from the area. My English is not that great, and nobody's going to want to speak to me, But you just put your heart into it. Do good for the community, do good for the people, and you'll be fine. You know?
Welcome to YMI Talking, a podcast where the guests are so good, you'll wonder why the host is even talking. In each episode, you will hear one of the leaders of the Lehigh Valley's vibrant business hub. They will tell you the keys to their success, the mistakes they've made, and what they have in store for the future. Here is the host of YMI Talking, from YMI Insurance, Jimmy Honachik.
All right, that is me. I'm Jimmy Honachik, and I'm here with an episode that I have truly been dreaming about since I started this podcast. If you live and work and exist in Lehigh Valley, you know this guy. He is everywhere. He is incredible. He is truly a citizen of the Lehigh Valley, and it is my honor to have Murtaza Jaffer from EBC Printing and Signs here today. And this is going to be an incredible episode. Murtaza, thank you so much for coming on.
Welcome to the Jiminator Show. It's an honor to be here, so thanks for having me.
Absolutely. No, like I said, I've wanted to do this from the beginning, so I'm glad we finally were able to make it work. Let's dive in. I mean, give us your story. Your story is incredible, and so I'd love for you to kind of get a chance to tell your story and kind of how you got where you are today.
Well, thank you so much. But first, I want to say thank you for having me on, because it's been a pleasure getting to know you. You're like, the brother in the community. So it's such a pleasure. I've also had a chance to meet your family. So I met your father, who came over to our facility. Yeah. And I've met your wife at community events. So, and you're involved in the community as well. So it's been such a pleasure getting to know you and your family. The story of, family business.
I was about to say, this is going to be a family event, this whole podcast, I think.
Yeah. So it's so refreshing to see that, family business, happening in our community, and that we're doing our best to do what we can to be part of the community, support our community, and have a small business as well. Yeah. And working with your father, that's just an incredible story. And for me, I get to work with my brother, so that's my pride and joy of doing what I do every day, is working with my brother Mustafa.
Yeah. Family business is incredible. And it also has its challenges. So how have you guys found working together? I mean, it's been how many years now? And it seems like it's going well.
Yeah. So we're celebrating our 14th year in business.
Wow.
We have been in the industry for a while, but 14 years in business. I think, when there's unity together, there's that synergy between you and your partner, everything works. Yeah. It could be anything. And for me and Mustafa, our careers could have been anything, but it's the bond that we have with each other that makes everything work. Yeah. It's printing and signs, promo and apparel. But Jimmy, honestly, it could have been anything. We could have been in the restaurant business or real estate business. We would have made it work because we are together.
And I have to ask, are you guys very like-minded, or are you opposites? Because when we talk about family dynamics, my dad and I love each other, but we are opposites on almost everything. But it makes us better. We say all the time, like, we meet each other further in the middle than we would have without each other. So where do you find yourselves?
I feel that, Mustafa is better than me in every aspect, but he'll disagree. But I think, yes, we are a different mindset. When it comes to Mustafa's background, he has an accounting and management background. He has a degree from Lehigh University, and he has an accounting degree. And I have a marketing degree from Penn State University. Yeah. So our mindset as far as business is at the other end of the spectrum. However, it's been a positive thing, because we get to mix those experiences and come up with solutions that we both agree on all the time. Yeah. So it's a beautiful thing.
It is. And I would say that's what my dad and I are like. We truly we both have different solutions to the problem.
Okay.
But when you combine them, it's a better solution than if either of us had done it on our own.
Now, has your dad always been in the insurance business?
No, he's an engineer by trade.
Okay.
So he's very much engineered brains,
Right.
whereas I'm a communications major by trade. And so I'm very much that way.
Yeah.
But it leads to, really working well together.
That's great. It's so great to see you working with your father. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I love the story of how you guys got into EBC and started EBC. Can you tell that story? It blows my mind.
Well, it all started with Mustafa. Mustafa got accepted at Lehigh University. My brother and I came a long ways from East Africa, Tanzania, into the United States. We came here as immigrants. But we fell in love with this place. The Lehigh Valley is such a welcoming community. So while my brother was getting his college degree, I started my high school years here at Whitehall High School.
Okay, yeah.
Go Zeffs. So I did finished my 2 years of high school at Whitehall. And then I went on to Lehigh Carbon Community College. I did my 2 years there of an associate's degree in business. And then went on to Penn State, Lehigh Valley to finish my business and marketing degree.
Yeah.
So basically, when Mustafa graduated from Lehigh, he was working for Agir Systems, which was on Union Boulevard, part of all the semiconductor chip companies.
Yeah.
He was working under the finance department. And, myself just being graduated, I started getting a job in New York. And then we just kind of decided that, hey, we feel like we're worlds apart.
Right.
And we just came across this business and decided to embark upon it. It could have been anything, Jimmy, literally, And
so neither of you are printers by trade.
No experience in the trade.
Yes.
We saw this business in Trexlertown.
Yeah.
And we acquired it. And before we had many partners, but it's just Mustafa and myself. We worked in the business that we acquired was sort of like a postal annex, like a UPS store. So we started with that.
And can you tell me how, literally you opened up the newspaper, right? Is that how you found this?
Well, it's a combination, but we found the business through many ideas, and we just said, let's just do it.
Yeah.
But the whole story behind it was we want to be together.
Right. Yeah.
So let's just do this. So we quit our corporate jobs, and we've been doing this since then.
What a leap of faith, right? Like to leave that corporate world behind and take on a printing business, which you guys don't have experience in. And like you said, it was sort of a UPS-like operation at that time, right?
Yeah. I mean, Jimmy, till today, I think, if I was in the corporate world, how would it be?
Yeah.
Maybe I would have succeeded from, a different aspect. We have an international background, so I was looking forward to, traveling the world and sharing my experiences and my skill set in the corporate world. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, because at the end of the day, it's all about family.
Yeah.
I get to be with my family. Every day I go home. Mustafa and I, we literally live next to each other. And a lot of times my friends are, isn't that too close to each other?
Right.
And I'm like, no, the closer the better. So, that family bond is what keeps us together. So 14 years in the business, started off as kind of like the UPS store concept.
Yeah.
This past Christmas season, we actually shut down our retail operations simply because the commercial side of our business was just growing.
Yeah.
So, we couldn't catch everything. So we just focused on our commercial business, which is working really well for us.
Yeah.
And again, it's all about family. So the team that I have there, it's just like family. I work with my sisters and brothers, and they do some incredible work in the Lehigh Valley community and beyond.
Yeah. And what a transformation, right? So it was this UPS-like store, and you transformed it into a commercial operations where it is now, printing, but you also do sign work. Yeah. Talk to me about that evolution. It's got to be hard to come in and change an established culture and an established business. So how did you make that transformation?
Yeah, actually, Jimmy, I really enjoyed the retail aspect of that UPS store concept, FedEx, Kinko's, the post office, all combined in one as an independent body. We're not a franchise.
Right.
So the best part of that job was, meeting our friends in the community.
Yeah.
It was a retail operation. So every day we would just learn from the community. Our friends were like, hey, you should introduce this service. You should do this. You should do that.
Yeah.
And that's been the culmination of how we have transformed in 14 years. So Mustafa and I, working at the counter, customers were coming in, they were doing their photocopy project or shipping packages. And then one day a customer came in and said, hey, can you print a brochure for me? And we're like, we really can't. But if you're serious, we'll invest into the right printing press or equipment, and we'll do it. So that's exactly what we did. We listened to our customers and transformed the business that way.
Yeah.
So, it all started with that journey. We invested in one equipment to the next. We invested in people, the right people. Having the right people on the bus is critical.
100%. Yeah.
In being part of a small business. We've learned that over the years. So we are surrounded by really, really good people who do quality work. But Jimmy, it was just that story.
Yeah.
Hey, can you print this for me? Can you make this sign for me? And we're like, we don't have a sign machine. But if you're serious, we'll invest and we'll do great work for you. So then, the signage came along.
Yeah.
And then we started doing promotional products. We started doing apparel, like silk screening and embroidery work. And all the supportive services around it, like bindery and direct mail. It all kind of mixed together. And fast forward 14 years, we have this beautiful commercial setup now where we're just doing incredible work.
Yeah. Yeah. How important is the team, and how do you build the culture that you want? I know that you guys pride yourself on that. So
we do.
Give me all your secrets, please.
So the family dynamics that we have between myself and Mustafa, we share that story with our team members, that we want this to be a family environment. It's a little bit unorthodox, when I'm interviewing an individual, it's not just one interview. It takes a long time for me to establish that relationship with them and make sure that, it's a right fit for them and it's a right fit for us.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, they might not even have the skill set that we desire, but if they have that family type of, just easy to work with, eager to learn, having that, work ethic that we're looking for, they are the right fit for us, so that's what we kind of revolve around. That's kind of our culture. And we just thrive on that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's great. So something that sticks out with you, we've talked about it a little bit, is your community focus, right? And you are everywhere, I think, all the time. I was just at an award ceremony and boom, you were there.
Yeah.
How important is that to you, and what do you get out of it?
Well, first of all, I want to be wherever the Jiminator is. So wherever Jimmy is, that's where I want to be. When I grow up, I want to be like Jimmy. But no, it's truly a pleasure to be part of the Lehigh Valley community. I love this community. I have a passion for this community. This community has given me so much. Being an immigrant into the United States, you always have this, idea that, hey, I'm going to America. What is it going to be like? I just came in with a very positive mindset, and it's just been received really well.
Yeah.
When we started the business, like I said, Mustafa and I were working the retail counters, and the first hire that we had, became our VP of marketing and sales. So Andrea Hempel was our first hire, and when she joined the bus, when she joined the team, she's like, well, I think, Murtaza should really be out there in the community, gaining exposure for our small business, because that's where I see the strength in Murtaza. And for Mustafa, I really see, the strength of him relying on management and operations, quotations, proposals. we listened to her.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what we do till today.
Yeah.
We're now a team of 14,
Mm-hmm.
and we listen to each and every one of our team members, what they have to say.
Yeah.
We take their ideas seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it all works. You
Yeah.
know? We work together as a team, and
Yep.
that's how we succeed.
That's great. And so you mentioned being an immigrant. I mean, walk me through your background. It is unique to the area, and you bring so much richness to the area. So tell us about kind of, you know, your journey to America.
Well, first of all, if you want to learn Swahili
Yes.
or any of some of the other Indian languages that I speak,
I was going to say, how many languages do you speak again?
so I speak Swahili.
Okay.
I speak a couple Indian languages.
Yeah.
And then, of course, English I learned in Tanzania as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the closest thing you can relate Swahili to
Yeah.
is the Lion King. And you're a dad, so you know the Lion King.
Yes.
So like Hakuna Matata
Yeah.
also actually means no worries.
Really?
You know, Rafiki means friend.
Yeah.
You know, so
So keep watching The Lion King.
keep watching the Lion King.
Uh-huh.
And you must take your family to Tanzania one day to do a safari.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends have gone, and it's a great experience.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So coming to America was such an exciting opportunity.
Mhm.
Where, you know, Tanzania is beautiful, but you know, it's a third world country, and while there are so many opportunities there, it's a developing country. My parents really wanted us to be in the United States.
Yeah.
After Mustafa, you know, got the opportunity to go to Lehigh.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to come to America, and we love it.
Yeah.
This is home.
Yeah.
The Lehigh Valley is just such a welcoming community.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just, you know, so honored to be here. And, you know, I have a 10-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
So I always, you know, have great conversations with her about, you know, the school that she's a part of. She's part of the Parkland School District.
Okay.
Goes to Parkway Manor.
Mm-hmm.
But last year, I took her to Tanzania.
Oh, nice.
And it was a dream, Jimmy.
Yeah.
So I took her to where I went to school, and, you know, to see a school in third world country and
Mm-hmm.
versus America, there's a huge difference. And,
Yeah.
you know, she appreciated it so much that, you know, we get to have all these wonderful things in America.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the things that I love about being in America, being in the Lehigh Valley, is we have great schools.
Yeah.
It's a great place to raise a family.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, education is one, but also one of my proudest moments of being in the Lehigh Valley is the fact that I'm a kidney donor.
Yeah.
So that is my proudest moment. And I love sharing this story because somebody actually encouraged me that I should be sharing this story because it could help anybody. You know,
And I don't know the story. I know that it's on your LinkedIn page, right? Kidney donor, but I don't know the actual story. So I'm really curious to hear it.
well, let me tell you about it.
Yeah.
So when I was living here with Mustafa, you know, we went through high school, college, you know, started our business. My father was back home. He had a small accounting practice back home, and he fell sick back home. So we were like, you know, let's bring him here and get him checked, you know,
Right.
see what's going on with him, because the doctors back home couldn't figure out what was wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
So we brought him here, and on the first day that we admitted him to St. Luke's
Yeah.
Health Network, they said, Mr. Jaffer, we're really sorry, but you have bladder cancer, and we're going to have to operate on you. We're going to have to remove your bladder. So this was like an overnight shock for him,
Yeah.
but we had to do it.
Right.
So he had a colostomy bag, you know, for support of his bladder. And the unfortunate part was that the cancer had metastasized into his kidneys as well. So his kidneys were failing.
Mm-hmm.
So I started taking him to the Freenus Dialysis Center
Yeah.
right down the street from here.
Yep.
And, you know, at that point, he really got depressed because it was 3 times a week. You're in this bed and getting dialysis,
Yeah.
you know, pretty much most of the day. So at that point, you know, in the work that I was doing for EBC, I had just started, you know, being part of the community, being out there, you know, attending community events, being part of different boards. And this story is, Jimmy, is as if like God was walking me to,
Yeah.
you know, finding the path of what I need to do for my father.
Right.
So one day I got an invitation at Lehigh Valley Health Network. It was an open mic night session, and the topic happened to be organ donation. At that point, I really hadn't dabbled on organ donation as an option.
Yeah.
It was in the back of my mind, but I really hadn't thought about it as a solution for my father. But I go into this room, Jimmy, and I meet this individual. His name is Mark Payson, and
Okay.
he used to work for HR at LVHN back then. Great buddy of mine,
Yeah.
and he shared his story, which helped me.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Payson, and I'm a kidney donor. I woke up one day and I decided to give my kidney away, and I don't want to know who the person is. I just wanted to do it for the good cause. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on.
Yeah.
I go up to him and I said, why would you do this?
Right.
Like, why would you go through this major surgery, harm yourself, harm your body, and don't want to know who that person is? And he's like, relax, man. It's really not like that. I did this for one reason and one reason only, and it's because of my faith in Jesus.
Yeah.
And I just dropped right there. I
Yeah.
was really emotional, taken back by what he said. And I said, look, you can do this for your faith. I know I can look into this for my father. So long story short, Jimmy, 2013, December, I gave my dad a nice Christmas gift. It saved his life. And it just shows the beauty of how this community, with both the health networks, were so helpful to my family.
Yeah.
It saved my dad's life. It gained another 3 years of his life. He did pass away after 3 years, but I was so thankful because, he got to see my daughter being born and enjoy my daughter, enjoy family.
Yeah.
And it was great, so, one thing that I wanted to share with you, Jimmy, from a business standpoint was those 3 years that he was living here in the Lehigh Valley. He was coming into work, just to hang out, give us advice.
Yeah.
Because he had been in business all his life, small business. He always inspired us to do the right thing in the community, give back to the community. So he really got attached to the team. So when he passed away, I show up to work one day and I see this beautiful garden in his memory, in the back of our building.
No way.
And I was very thankful that Andrea Hempel and the whole team, put this together without us knowing about it, that it can be a memory for him because he touched our lives and he touched the lives of our team as well.
Yeah.
And that's all goes back to that culture, that like family type of culture that we bring in to our business and to our clients and the work that we do.
That's where my head went. Like, it's such a testament to your dad that they were, for no reason, other than he truly impacted them. They put this garden together.
Right.
That's amazing. What a story. I don't even know where to go from there. But the theme of family, it's so important in your life and in your business. Talk about, you have a daughter, right?
Yeah.
And how you manage the time between, the business and the demands of the business and the networking and being at every single event ever with the family dynamic.
So that's very important. And, making time for a family comes first.
Right.
Everything that I do, the whole mindset, the goal is family because family is everything. So you just kind of do your thing, you just manage time between family, between work, being part of the community. My family knows how much the community means to me. So, and as my daughter is growing up, I try and make her part of the community as well.
Yeah.
So like 2 weeks ago, we were at Taco Fest in Allentown. So I'm like, Miriam, you want to go with Dad? She's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Is there cotton candy there? So, but I really want her to grow up knowing that this community is incredible. The community is diverse and the community is welcoming. So being part of the community and spending time those nights and weekends, Jimmy, they really don't feel like it's a burden. It's more like, hey, when can I go to the next event?
Right.
When can I be a part of this? And if I'm not part of it, FOMO. I don't want to miss it. And I'm so fortunate because, last Thursday, Discover Lehigh Valley, they honored me with an award.
Yes. Can you show that off? Look, show it to the camera. That's a very cool award.
I wanted to bring this to the Jiminator show. This actually, Alex, who's the CEO of Discover Lehigh Valley, told me that the Banana Factory made this award.
Wow.
And, they have a beautiful campaign going on right now, which is the Ambassador Program.
Yeah.
So this award shows good ambassadorship in the community and being a fabric part of the Lehigh Valley, supporting the Lehigh Valley. Nowadays, when you have guests coming over here, I take pride in saying how wonderful the Lehigh Valley is.
Yeah.
All the many things we have to do right here in our hometown. There's just so much to do.
Yeah.
So the ambassador program is great. I'm glad you're an ambassador as well.
I am. It is such a great, you go through there and it's basically some courses, I guess, that you would say. And you sit through and you learn what makes us unique. And it really opens your eyes to how lucky we are to be where we are.
We are definitely, coming from all the way from Tanzania to the Lehigh Valley and calling it home. This is a special place.
Yeah. And if anyone deserves, the Ambassador Award, it is you. And something I wanted to hit on was networking, right? Like you're obviously very good at that, but there are people who, you meet at an event and that they're there for, I don't know, it doesn't feel authentic, right? But with you instantly bond and make this connection and it's clear that you care. Like, how important is that, and how do you make sure that is the angle you're coming at it from?
I think the key word you said, Jimmy, was care. It's never about you. It's all about the community, your friends, your customers, and your team members. Yeah. It's all about them. I'm really not cut out for networking, to be honest with you. I just want to go out there and just do the right thing, do the best that I can. And that's what I try and do every day. Yeah. I do get nervous. Yeah. Being out there in the community and, when I'm in a room full of, CEOs or, top-notch people in the community, it is nerve-wracking. But
it's nice to hear that because I see someone like yourself, right? And you ooze confidence. And I'm sure everywhere you go, that you are the man there. Yeah. But we're all humans, right? At the end of the day, and we do have these nerves, and you have to overcome them to get to the next level, right?
Absolutely. I've accepted the fact that nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, but I have a goal. What I'm doing is a good thing, and just if you're making the mistakes, just learn from them. Yeah. And I keep doing them. When I was told that this is going to be my role, being part of the community, I'm like, are you kidding me? Me of all the people, I'm not even from the area. Yeah, my English is not that great, and nobody's going to want to speak to me, But you just put your heart into it. Do good for the community, do good for the people, and you'll be fine. Yeah.
That's great. I'm writing that down because I'm going to remember that. All right. So I knew we were going to run out of time way before I wanted to here. We do have to give a shout out to Hocus Pocus Cleaning Services. They are our sponsor. They do an incredible job of, cleaning your home. If that's what you need, they'll clean your office. They clean our office. Great. And they do this cool witching hour where you need your closet organized. They'll come and they'll do that. And so what we like to do is play a little game and basically say, all right, Hocus Pocus, they're magic. If you could have any magical ability, what would you have?
Oof. If I had the magical ability to do anything, it would be being at many places at one time. Yeah. I wish I could do that. I wish I could be back home enjoying the summer, but at the same time, I don't want to miss out on the Lehigh Valley as well. That would be an incredible capability.
That's such a good one that I've never even considered because there's only one you, right? There's only one Murtaza. There's only one Jimmy. You can only be in one place at a time. Right. But to be able to spend more time with your family and get your work done. Yeah. Yeah.
And please send me information about Hocus Pocus. I'd love to learn more about them and see how we can support them as well.
Absolutely. No, they're fantastic. So before we wrap this up, anything that we didn't hit that we should hit? Anything you want to give a shout out to right now?
Yes, I want to give a shout out to you, my friend.
No.
Because you are an incredible person. You have a small business as well. I feel like, we're in similar patterns where, you're raising a family as well, working with your dad, like, how do you do it? I mean, it's just incredible what you're doing. The name, the YMI Insurance, yes, that name is there, but I always think of Jimmy, as the insurance guy now, and but how do you do it?
I don't know. I'm losing my sanity, I think, is the answer. I honestly, I would say having a supportive spouse goes such a long way. That she sees the vision and understands the vision and is on board. Like, I couldn't do half of what I do without her. So to me, I'm always going to point to Trish and say, Trish is the reason I'm able to get anything done.
Well, say hello to Trish.
I will.
She's my new sister in the community, and I love all the Facebook pictures that you guys have, and God bless you guys.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for coming on, Murtaza. This has been everything I hoped it would be. So thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the YMI Talking Podcast. If you enjoyed this and want to hear more content from amazing personalities in the Valley, please subscribe, leave a rating, and drop us a quick review.